Good evening, good people. Welcome to my channel. I am Nuku, the Horned Dakini, coming out to give you guys a reading for Aquarius. So if you are Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, hello, come get this reading because it could be a resourceful message for you, okay? OGs and returnees, thank you so much for returning. Newbies, welcome. I'm delighted to have you, and I hope that you do choose to subscribe and stay, okay? All right. Thank you, sweet spirit, for using me as a trusted and true vessel to bring about a message for the collective of Aquarius that will soon be here to view this reading. Ashe. Ashe. All right. If there's any jumpers, please reveal yourself. Any jumpers. If not, I'll take the first cards right off the top and begin to channel your message, okay? Any jumpers. Seven of Pentacles. You planted a seed. You waiting on it to bear some fruit because you are feeling a reconnection to your willpower. You've put some energy toward calling in something and you're determined to see it grow. So I could be speaking to Aquariuses who are you betting on yourself right now. You saying all or nothing. I'm talking to the type of Aquariuses that are saying, you know what, I'm going to invest it all. That's how determined you are that this thing is going to work out on your behalf. You're willing to put it all on the line for whatever this thing is that you have planted. Now, this could be mentally and spiritually happening, like you are putting your whole everything into staying focused on it. Or you could have taken some life savings or a large lump sum of money or taken some type of healthy risk on some type of investment. Either way, you've put a lot of determination. I'm looking at my pyrite as I'm talking to you because many of you are I think you're already successful, but you're ready to take that success to the next level. Now, at the end of each reading, I've been doing, pulling y'all some crystals. I did it with Capricorn. Y'all are the second sign that I'm starting to read, Aquarius. So I'm going to pull you some cards, but I want to go ahead and suggest to work with pyrite because pyrite gives you, pyrite goes ahead and puts you in the mind. It aligns you with the frequency of what it is that you're calling in. Pyrite is tangible evidence of what you're calling in already being in your hand. Okay, so work with pyrite. Very good for wealth, abundance, prosperity, and solidifying those things that you're calling in to bring in that prosperity, that wealth, that abundance. Okay, but yeah, I'm talking to somebody who has a jackpot mindset, and you are purposely, intentionally moving something, you know, in directions that it's like you're so focused, like nobody can come in and suggest you go take your willpower over there, suggest like you like you are laser focused. That's what I see. You laser focused, and you're not taking, it's like this is how strong it is for you, Aquarius. You're not being bothered with people, places, things, or mindsets that ain't talking about what you talking about. Yeah, like for those of you who are really focused on investing and techie type stuff, you ain't talking to people who talking spiritual stuff, or talking to people who talking about going to the club, talking with people who talking about going to the clubs, talking about people who talking about cars. You ain't studying none of that. Like whatever you are focused on, everybody around you got to be focused on that and talking about that, or you ain't even finna be bothered with them. If you got a business and people ain't talking about how to help you get that business you know, more lucrative, you ain't talking to them. You're not having loose lip conversations right now. You are very focused, very determined, and very, you know, serious about your success. Okay. And that's awesome. Transformation. This could have come by way, if it's something about a death, whether it was a physical death, an ego death, or just some type of very, some type of transformation could have taken place in your life, whether it was personal or it happened to somebody close to you. Some type of death took place that may have encouraged you and inspired you to really stay focused on getting your shit together, or taking whatever you got and getting it on up to the next level. Almost like you want to do something to, like, maybe if a physical death took place for you, Aquarius, you may be, your mindset might be saying, I gotta make my ancestor proud. This gotta happen for me. I gotta make this happen, because you might have lost a parent, a loved one, your business partner. So it's almost like you gotta, what's his name, Nipsey Hussle, what was the little thing that everybody was posting, victory lap. This could be like a victory lap, or this could be a pass, like somebody left something for you, like they passed the torch to you, and you gotta keep it going. Like, it ain't no way you can let this thing fall. You have to stay the course, because somebody in the spirit realm is looking down on you and saying you better not fall, you better not give up, right? So it could be something like that I'm picking up on for you, Aquarius, or it just could have been something that happened in your life that caused a transformation on how you think. You could have just come out of a very poverty-stricken situation, and then you done finally hit jackpot. You done got the money, you done got the promotion, you done got the something, the opportunity, and you're not playing no games about it. You will flip all this shit over to maintain this level of success that you got, okay? Ooh, okay, Aquarius, I see you. Aquarius said, no, I ain't playing, and y'all not gonna keep sleeping on me, and y'all not gonna keep playing with me. Okay. Let's see. What is it there? Oh. So the moon card. It's funny because a lot of my Aquarius readings, the moon card follows, okay? Now, in this deck, we know that the moon card is representative of Pisces, but in every other metaphysical form, spiritual form, zodiacal form, the moon is represented by Cancer. Okay, so that's kind of crazy to me. But anyway, because, you know, the Chariot in the tarot is represented by the Cancer, or the Cancer is represented by the Chariot card. But either way, nevertheless, you have Cancer energy here, and you have Pisces energy here. So what this lets me know is you have a silent supporter on your team, and your mama wants to see you win. I know that beyond the shadow of a doubt, because the Pisces card is somebody who don't say too much. They behind the scenes. And in any other reading, or depending on the reading, not in any other reading, it depends on, you know, how Pisces comes out. Sometimes it could be somebody behind the scenes, hidden. It could be some hidden stuff behind the scenes, or in this case, and in several other cases, again, depending on what other cards come out prior to the moon card, it could indicate that you have somebody on your team, a silent supporter, somebody watching you and praying for you, somebody wanting to see you do good, somebody on your team. They don't make too much noise, but they there when you need them, okay? So you have this person with you right now, Aquarius, and you also have the energy of a mother. So it could either be your mom, or you could have a motherly type person on your team, Aquarius, that keeps you motivated. And they are the person that you don't want to let down. You've seen them put so much effort and prayer and love and concern and attention and support into supporting you, that you know that you got to run on and see what the end gonna be. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how challenging it becomes, you want to make this person proud, okay? Even with your Pisces person, I think that they show you who you really are. They don't, even on your low level days, on the days when you're not moving in your successful self, you just, you know, you might be down, because we ain't always up, right? Even the sun goes down, right? So you're not always up and in your power and in your energy and, you know, very creative, and you're not always that. It's okay to have downtime. So whoever this Pisces person is in your life, they even love you when you down, and they remind you of who you are when you are down, and help you to rise back up on them times when you're down and you don't really see no way of coming back up. So this Pisces person could be represented by a mate. It could be represented by somebody who's whoever this is in your life. They don't say too much. They don't say, you just, it's a connection. It's just something you know about them, that they just, you know, they there. Even if y'all don't talk on the phone all the time, if you don't see them all the time, it's just something very supportive about their energy. They're always there. And this is very indicative of the moon. The moon is always there. The moon don't go down. For those of y'all who don't pay attention to the sky, the moon is always in the sky. The moon does not go nowhere. It's not like the sun. The sun goes down. Okay? But the moon don't go down. The moon is always there. The only time we don't see the moon is when it's new, when it's being reborn. You don't see new moons, right? That's when the moon and the sun cross each other and they stay there for them, for them few hours. So it's hidden behind the sun. And then every hour on the hour, it moves and begins to reveal itself again until it becomes full. Okay? Well, I'm talking to somebody, you got a moon person in your life. They always there, whether they full and in, in your cheerleader and you hear them and see them, or whether they in their new moon phase and you don't hear them, you don't see them, but you still know they there. This person, your moon person and your mother person are one of the reasons, or two of the reasons, why you are also very, very gung-ho about making sure you succeed. Now, sidebar, some of y'all, a Pisces person is in the heavens. Your mother could have been a Pisces, okay? So place this energy where it belongs, remix it to make it match how it fits in your life, okay? But some of y'all, you have a deceased loved one who was a Pisces or who was a Cancer, okay? They're in the ethers. They are an ancestor. They are a spirit guide. And they are the ones that keep you motivated because you remember having conversations with them prior to them passing. And they told you, I don't give a damn if I'm here in the physical or if I'm here in the spirit. You better make sure that you succeed, okay? Show me more, show me clearly. Also, I'm sorry, Aquarius people, you could have some Pisces and some Cancer energy somewhere in your upper chart. I could be speaking to a Pisces person who is a Pisces sun with a Aquarius moon, or a Pisces sun with a Cancer moon, or a Cancer sun with a Pisces moon. So however you got here, wherever your Pisces energy is, wherever your Cancer energy is, wherever your Aquarius energy is, you're supposed to be here. This is your reading, okay? Like, share, subscribe, if you haven't already. Show me more, show me clearly. I believe there's some hidden messages for some of you somewhere too. What is this talking about? Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. What's that old song? Slow and steady is the way I want to love you tonight. That's that old school. I don't think this is about you being in a relationship and getting no slow and steady love. But that song just popped up in my head because when I think of the Knight of Pentacles, I think of someone who is methodical, very analytical. You take your time and you plan out your execution. You plan out how you're going to do said thing. You don't rush. She said, take my time, what's the rush? Yeah, I was about to say something before this Knight of Pentacles came out, and I can't even remember. I know when I rewatch this, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, that's what I was about to say. But I do not remember what I was about to say. That's crazy. Anyway, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. I'm talking to somebody who has been preparing. You understand that preparation rules the nation. So you're not a scattered brain. You're not a dizzy Dora type person. You're very articulate, intelligent, and I want to even say systematic. Only because I feel like you like stable, tangible things to do. You are an Aquarius for sure, But I may be talking to some Aquariuses that got a little Capricorn in them. You don't just do shit, just be doing shit. You have a system to it. There's a method to your madness, right? So I could be speaking to Aquariuses that are on the cusp of Capricorn. Go back and watch Capricorn's reading, because I picked up on that reading that I was talking to some Aquariuses that was on the cusp of Capricorn too. So these readings could be interchangeable. Now I don't remember what I entitled that. Oh, doing good. Go back and watch Capricorn's reading, doing good. It's the reading right before this one, because I just started the reading around the zodiac. So y'all are sign number 2. I'll be on to Pisces after y'all, okay? But yeah, Knight of Pentacles, I know that I'm talking to somebody who you understand the assignment. And you are steady moving toward gaining some type of financial security with this seed that you've planted. That's why you can't play no games. I think that you got a lot on the line. You've put something up. You've invested something. You put something up for this. Many of y'all may have, refinanced your houses just to get the money so you could invest in a business, or you might have hawked your title because you needed a quick $5,000. So you pawned your title to get that. So you can't play no games, because if you lose, you don't just lose that money that you invested, you also lose your car, right? So some of y'all have took some chances, some very risky chances, and you are betting on yourself. And you also have people around you that are helping you to stay the course, because they betting on you too. They like, nah, you gonna win. You ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice. Show me more and show me clearly. Y'all better get y'all some pyrite and wear it. Wear it, hold it during your meditation. Set it somewhere. Set it. If what you need is heavy on your shoulders and you need your shoulders to be able to hold that weight, put a pyrite on your shoulder and tell that pyrite what you need it to do. I need you to strengthen my shoulders, because I'm going to hold up a lot of money. I'm going to hold up this business. I got to hold up my part of the bargain, okay? If you're needing a wealth of goddess, God type energy, set that thing right there on that crown and tell crystals what to do. Don't just regurgitate what you hear somebody else say a crystal does, or regurgitate, find out the basic meaning of a crystal, and then you tell that crystal based on what its basic meaning and use is. You tell that crystal how it's going to benefit you. You want a heart of gold? You hold your pyrite and you tell your heart to align with said thing, right? That's how this thing works, y'all. That's how this thing works. So anyway, the Hermit card came out. Virgo energy. Lot of major arcanas here. Chariot, the Moon, now the Hermit, Virgo energy. And the only thing that just lets me know 2 things. That you went within, you took yourself off scenes, and I saw that earlier. Like I said, you're not talking to people who are not in alignment with what you're in alignment with. You're not sharing your space, your time, your energy with people who want some bullshit. You're not sharing it's like you're being selfish, but only with people who are not in alignment with you. I think you understand. You've matured in let me rewind something, because I think I'm talking to the type of Aquariuses that used to hang with whoever. They used to hang with anybody. Not because you didn't know no better and you thought you would. I think you just gave people the chances, right? You're friendly. You're humanitarian. You want to be around the humans. You take people for face value until they give you a reason not to trust them, right? You give people the benefit of the doubt until they give you a reason not to trust them, right? Well, I think you've bypassed that. I think you experienced something that made you say, no, I can't continue to be this way. I got to be more protective and a little more observant of who I allow in my space, because you may have always been the kind of person who supported other people and you know, you was down for a good game plan to gain and to be successful. But that you could have been around people who either had no plan, so they was plotting on your plan, or they were just bums. They were dusty people. So even when you came up, they were still down. They had no ambition. Okay, so I think you're to a point now where you are protective and very it's a word, very specific on who you let around you. And if you don't have anybody around you that's on your level, you'd rather just be by yourself. You'd rather just hang alone. You a loner now by choice, because you done cut off and got rid of people who don't see what you see. They don't have any future plans, okay? They don't have no motion. That's what I hear you saying. They don't have no motion. I got to get rid of them. I'm focused on money. I'm focused on trying to become a legend within my family. I'm focused on trying to make sure my family good when I'm gone. I'm focused on trying to make sure that my kids are good. Like that. And whoever you used to hang around in the past, they didn't have none of those type of, expectations on life. So I don't think you judged them. You just got the fuck on away from them. Okay, so also this Hermit card is talking about how you have learned how to be still and listen to spirit. You've learned how to be silent. You've learned how to cut them spiritual lamps on and allow them to guide you, versus, I think you gave your feather, I call y'all feathers in the wind, something. You have allowed something, the God energy, to give your feather direction. You're not just blowing and shit now. You're not just all over the place. There is some security and some stability in your feather. You've given it a little weight. So are you still, you're never gonna let nothing just encapsulate you where you can't move. You're an air sign. That'll never happen. But you can give yourself, again, stability and security and direction. So I believe that that's what you went into when you went into this hermit mode. That's what you went in and did. You gave yourself some weight. You probably did this before you did this. You went in, you did some self-work, some self-reflection, some self-introspection. And when you came out, when you planted them new seeds, because you got rid of some stuff. You planted them new seeds because some light bulbs, some epiphanies, some things turned on in your head, possibly after this transformation. Or maybe during this transformation, whether it was a real death, a spiritual death, or a mental death. We have all kind of deaths. We're here to die anyway. As we're walking, parts of us are dying, because what's happening is, and when we say die, we're talking about like a shedding, what a snake does. You're shedding new skin all through this thing called life. That's why it's such a sacred journey. If you continue it and you allow those skins to fall off, you become the most smoothest, most purest, most gentlest version of yourself before you die. A lot of people hold on to old skin and they don't want that new skin because they want to hold on to old things and old experiences and old egos and shit. So they end up some fucking rough ass alligators and crocodiles and shit. Don't do that. But yeah, the Hermit card is here. And listen, I think that you've also began to put some type of focus in on your health, your mental health, your heart health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your social health, your financial health, health in all its forms. Health in all its forms have come to the forefront for you. Not because you are or were unhealthy. I think your focal point has changed. What matters to you has changed, right? Aquarius, this is good for you. If you're here and you're resonating, go ahead and smash that like, share it with another Aquarius. No matter where their Aquarian energy is, they're going to benefit from this. Something has come to light for you too. So let me go ahead and keep going on that. Some type of epiphany has been made apparent. Okay, let me pull on that. You've had a lot of time alone. I don't know if you do a lot of traveling, or if you've moved across the waters, or if you have moved somewhere to a state that you don't know anything about. 5 of Cups, that you don't know anything about. Either way, you've been put in a place somehow within your life where you spend a lot of time with yourself. You get an opportunity to have a lot of transmissions and downloads and uploads, and you've had to keep it real with yourself about a lot of stuff. Now, it's funny that this 5 of Cups came out. You got a lot of regrets. You got a lot of regrets. That's what has been coming to the forefront for you when you're in your car by yourself, or when you at home by yourself, or because again, I picked up that you kind of did a clean sweep and took inventory of your friends. So probably by the time you finished cutting people off, you probably didn't really have any friends. You might have 1 or 2, but you spend a lot of time by yourself now. You spend a lot of time by yourself. And when we spend time by ourselves, all versions of thyself will come to the front, and you'll get an opportunity to see you in this form, see yourself in this form, see yourself, especially when you are in introspection mode, when you are in a self-reflection mode. And I know you were, because the Hermit card is here, but it doesn't matter. Most people, especially at a certain age, get to experience some level of the Hermit mode anyway, whether you put yourself in it or life puts you in it, right? It can be triggered or it can be self-propelled. This 5 of Cups card coming out in your reading, though, Aquarius, I believe that there are some things that you need to make peace with before you can move on into whatever this thing is that you planted. Now, you betting on you, that's what's up. You jackpot, that's what's up. Victory lap, that's what's up. Passing the torch and making sure you don't let the person who passed it over to you down, all of that is going to come to pass for you. I see prosperity. I see fruition. I see high valued energy. I see you moving in ways that you only dreamed about moving. But before you get to do all of that moving, there is some stuff that you got to go fix. There are some people that you may have to go apologize to. There may be some things that you have to face. Okay? The 5 of Cups is about loss, bereavement, and regret. And sometimes that loss ain't necessarily like death. Now, I did pick up on actual physical death. So some of y'all might be going to the graveyards or going to the water and making peace with deceased people that you did not get an opportunity to make peace with. Maybe somebody died before you got your shit together, right? So place all of this energy where it belongs. But what I do see is that you are going to have to go to some people or go to some places where these people are. This is not a in your own right, just say I apologize. No. Or in your own right, ask for forgiveness. Or ask or let you, however. Because some people are going to ask for forgiveness, and then some people are going to have to go to someone and say, I forgive you, because they've already asked for forgiveness. And at the time, you could not forgive them. But now you're in a reflective zone. You're in a retrospective